Every once in a while, I return to the topic of instant peel-apart pack film, and it's that time again. That absolutely incredible instant film that Polaroid and Fuji used to make, where you take a picture, you pull the film out, you wait a minute or so, and you peel it apart for an instant photo that can be so unbelievably impressive. Or these days, because the film is so expensive, incredibly devastating if it doesn't work. At the moment, pack film doesn't really exist. At least not like this. Not like Fuji color pack film. Nothing even remotely like this exists anymore. The only source for pack film that isn't heavily expired Polaroid or Fuji is from One Instant, a project that has worked to try and bring pack film back. I am reminded that I made a video on this a few years ago when One Instant was just starting out, and I asked them really nicely and they sent me a bunch of film for free, so I never had to pay for it. It was a very, very mixed experience, but for a quick recap, Polaroid made pack film. Polaroid went bankrupt and was later resurrected, but new Polaroid only makes integral film, which is this stuff. Imagine there is integral film right here. I forgot to grab a Polaroid before I started recording this video. Fuji made pack film but decided to stop and I think got rid of their machines or repurposed it for Instax stuff or something. One Instant was started and they asked Fuji to help them save pack film and Fuji said no. So One Instant decided to try and make it themselves and released originally a color instant film. Classically, pack film would come in packs that contain 10 shots. One Instant film comes in packs that are a single shot per pack and they would come in boxes of 3 shots. It was also an expensive thing to buy. Also, it looked like this, its quality was wildly inconsistent, and sometimes it just didn't work at all.
Oh, that one pulled apart. That one pulled apart.
This is because One Instant film packs are made completely by hand and utilize old Polaroid-made film material. I believe it's the film material that create both the positive and the negative are old, existing, produced Polaroid manufactured materials, I believe, from what I remember. Also maybe some of the chemistry, or at least the color chemistry. I know that they make black and white stuff now, and the black and white stuff has newer materials with it, but the One Instant stuff is using existing legacy produced materials. In 2023, One Instant announced that in an attempt to reduce the price of the product, they were taking pre-orders for the One Instant DIY film kit, a version of their film where you assemble the pack completely yourself with an expected ship date of early 2024. I remember reading about the One Instant DIY kit at the time of the pre-order, and then I feel like I never ever heard anything about it ever again until like a month ago, somebody sent me the One Instant DIY film kit. One Instant offers DIY kits for their color, black and white, and Choco, sepia toned film. But at the moment, the color film is unavailable. From what I know, the color kits did ship in 2024, but One Instant was plagued with technical issues pertaining to, I believe, the pods for the black and white and the Choco film, and so those were delayed and now have only recently become available. This is a One Instant Choco DIY film kit. It contains the components to make 8 packs, which is 8 shots. So Robin and I are going to build some of these and see what it's like. Thanks for purchasing the One Instant DIY film kit. This was sent to me. This kit contains everything you need to make 8 One Instant films by yourself. Please read the manual thoroughly before beginning and feel free to write to tech support at oneinstant.com if you have any questions. Instructional video. The One Instant kit contains both written instructions and a link to an instructional video that One Instant has made.
You ever watch something and you get exhausted watching the person do the work? And then I have to do this.
Let's unbox. That's the burnishing tool, the brandishing tool. Okay.
Is this cheaper than just buying it ready-made?
I would hope so.
I would hope
I think so. But I'm not sure at the moment that they have any of the ready-made stuff like available for purchase. Dark envelope, cartridge boxes, parts envelope is this pod box. wax and burnishing tool. Mounting tape goes inside edge, outside edge, and then just inside edge. So 3 pieces. It took Robin and I about an hour and a half to do this whole thing originally, but we took a couple of breaks and followed the instructions really slowly, so that's definitely not for sure how long it will take you. I'm going to speed through a lot of this video though, of course. The first part of the instructions involves building the cardboard pack that everything will fit in or stick onto.
Why are the instructions so hard?
Pre-fold all the straight line creases using the burnishing tool to establish a hard fold. Okay, so mountain.
This is the mountain
valley.
and this is the valley. And
Yeah.
you're supposed to fold towards...
Inward toward the mountain.
I think that these companies need to have a uniform way of describing things. If you're gonna have a video, then he should mention the mountains and the valleys. I shouldn't be seeing it here. Especially since that's like something that is helpful if someone explained.
Yeah, I think the video could benefit really from...
Like if he
Like
was
an
even
actual-
reading this would help.
Yeah, a walkthrough as opposed to just like a demo.
Yeah. I think these companies just need to hire a copy editor. That's what we're learning.
Okay, these are the goo packs.
Is it that? Or is that empty?
No, that's empty.
empty.
So we use that. What am I looking for?
Positive leader. It is this.
No, but it's black in the video.
But this looks like this.
There was some initial confusion on our part when assembling the film by following the one instant video. A number of components in our kit are just different colors than they are in the video, like these adhesive strips and these pieces of paper. Little things, but nothing in the kit is labeled, which adds to confusion when getting started. The instructions say that the black and white and Choco films use silver rails, whereas the color films use black rails. Well, these are green, so... I know it would be a bit of extra packaging, but some like little bags with the different pieces and having them labeled would help just a bit. The one instant instructional video is fine, but some voiceover instructions, little guidance along the way would help out. It's just silent with a little jazzy tune, which started to drive us insane after a while of watching it and rewatching parts of it.
Kind of groovy.
Kind of groovy, it's growing on you.
Yeah.
It was putting you to sleep at the beginning.
It's still kind of in.
The instructions in the kit are pretty good, but you're going to want to watch the video for sure. After this, we focus on the paper that will have our final positive picture. The positive paper is attached to some thin pieces of other paper and some adhesive strips, and this will all eventually combine itself when being pulled out of the camera to come into contact with the film negative. The remainder of this looks so difficult. All of the following steps should be done in low light. Typical interior lighting is fine, but avoid direct sunlight. Do not allow negative envelopes to sit out for extended periods of time. The negative assembly centers around the negative envelope, which contains the light-sensitive film attached to the negative leader, aka the processing tab. And protective dark slide. This step unites the negative and positive materials and introduces the processing pod. So the actual light sensitive film parts of this kit are protected in an assembled piece, so you never need to be in the dark. This negative assembly is combined with the chemical goo pods and the positive paper.
I'd rather pay someone to do this for me. Like, I don't know, this is fun, but it's kind of a lot and exhausting. And I also haven't taken the picture, so maybe if you take the picture and they look good and they turn out, then I'll be like, wow, that was fun. Maybe I'd do it again.
Yeah.
Especially as like a fun group activity, but then if the pictures don't turn out, then I'd be like, you know what, no.
This negative assembly is combined with a chemical goo pod and the positive paper. The entire assembly of negative film, goo pod, and positive paper are then attached to the cardboard pack. Take the end of the positive sheet that's connected to the positive leader and insert it over the negative leader. What? At the very end of this, everything is threaded through the pack so that the negative sits on top for exposure and the chemical pod and positive paper are inside of the pack. We found this to be the trickiest part because it's a bit hard to know that you've threaded everything into the pack properly. That's it, yeah. Okay, this looks like what I think it should look like. There you go, show yours off. It's good. Flip them around. The one instant pack shot that I made is in the Polaroid Pro Pack with the built-in flash. 3, 2, 1. 2.5 minutes. The pull part of the one instant film was always their weakest point. Okay. Oh, I don't know.
We spent like an hour. Maybe not that long. It felt like that long.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh.
Okay, well, it smells like the goo did go.
Oh! Ew!
Okay, it's been
Ba-ba-da-ba.
2.5 minutes. See, so you should be able to kind of peel it off the sticker. And, oh, there's a lot of goo transfer
Oh my god.
onto the photo. Well, okay. You know what though? This is,
Why is my face scratched out?
Alright, now
Did you
for
fix it?
I did kind of fix it. I had to wipe it because it's just the transferred, like some of the negative material transferred onto the print, and so now it is you.
I look good.
So I did manage to save that. I had to like really wipe it off with water, but it didn't really damage the print.
Wow. I look like, that's like the picture that you see in the headline after I died in the mines. Like, employee of the month found dead. I got the employee of the month pin.
Okay, the seller's employee of the month. All right, you want to take yours of me?
Yes.
Cool.
I pointed at my pin.
I don't have a pin.
You point at your little whale.
Just point at the little whale.
Yeah. 3, 2, smile. Go.
Okay, great. Pull, yay. Okay, great. Start.
This was kind of fun. Do it again. I did have fun. It would have been more devastating if I didn't like the picture and it didn't turn out.
Yes.
Like if it was like the streaks the way it was, oh my god.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So yours is a little not quite aligned.
Oops.
But I don't know. I mean, I guess it's when you lay it down. Like this one's like a little off on that edge, but that's fine. All right, are you ready? You can pull this corner of the paper. See? Yeah. Peel.
Oh.
There you go.
Hey.
Yours has no goo on it. Really. Some goo, but like not as much goo as mine did.
What?
You got it.
It's pretty good. You look so nice. Picture's pretty nice. I think it's fun. It's a fun group activity. It's a fun 2-person activity. If it doesn't turn out, it is devastating. And I would not want to do it again. But because it turned out, I'd want to do it again. Also, I don't know how much this is. So for me, I had this experience for free.
Should I tell you live on camera how much it is to buy one of these?
Sure. For 8 photos?
Yes.
So, as someone who purely did it for free, was asked to do this, I wouldn't mind doing it again.
Okay. One instant DIY pack film, type 100 pack film, 8 shots, $154.
No. No. Print your own photos. Go to Walmart. It's cheaper.
Yes, Robin's reaction is genuine. The one instant DIY film kits are priced at $154 Canadian, which I believe is about $110 American. That means that each shot costs about $20 Canadian for me, or $15 American. But if I add shipping on top of that, shipping to Canada at least, then that brings the cost to a clean 200 Canadian, or about $140 American, which means each shot becomes about $25 Canadian and like $18 American.
I'm trying to find. I wouldn't. I'm sorry. It's too much.
I think
it's too expensive. I think if you're rich, go for it.
Yeah.
And support businesses, I guess. But if you're just like a filmmaker, don't do it.
You're not a filmmaker. Oh,
photographer. Sorry.
Different field.
Sorry.
Pack film is so annoying to use in the winter because it is a format that should be kept warm once you pull it apart and wait for it to develop, which is only made more annoying because the one instant stuff is a much longer developing time than like the Fuji stuff that we were all kind of used to. Also, the one instant stuff is more inconvenient to like travel around and pack into a bag with, because let's put it side by side on the screen, Noah. A Fuji box versus a one instant box. The Fuji box, you load it once in the camera and it is 10 shots all in there. And then the one instant, you have to load each shot individually every time, and that one big box only contains 3 shots. I've assembled 3 more of the Choco one instant shots, and I am gonna put them through this Fuji FP1 pack film camera, which is actually really a rather nice pack film camera that Fuji made. It's a little more uncommon than the standard like Polaroid floating land cameras. First, the dark slide. Successful. Now to take a photo. Wow. It's self-destructed. It pulled out and it ripped the paper off of it. So that's the negative with the goo. Inside the thing is the pack, which should have pulled, so it should have pulled the paper out with it. It should have pulled the paper out with it, but it tore the paper along that edge as it was trying to go through the rollers, leaving the paper and the photo, what would have been the photo, inside. So that's dead. Okay, Pro Pack. Automatic camera. Same kind of rollers as the FP1. These are really gross too, actually, from the last one instant shot that I did. But I will wipe those down. Pack in the camera. Rollers are clean. Before I even bother taking this outside, let's make sure the dark side can pull off this first. Okay. Let's try again. Okay, I didn't video it, but I took a photo of this guy, this squirrel. I'll peel it apart and see how it looks. Here we go. Oh my god, no. I don't think so. No, it pulled out. That's just, it took that much effort to pull it out. There's so much goo. It started to peel the actual, like, cardboard. It ripped the cardboard of the pack in half. I mean, yeah, I mean, it looks like it took a photo. Okay, and this is the photo that it took. This is the spread of the chemistry. This is the photo of the squirrel. side by side. This is a one instant assembled color pack from a box from a few years ago that I'm going to sacrifice. Expensive sacrifice. This is a Choco one that I made at the same time that I made the other two that had big problems. Color, one instant, we pull the dark slide material off it, and this is our film. The Choco one, we pull the dark slide off it, and that is our film. And then when we pull this one out, it pulls it around to the bottom of the pack and pulls the goo out, and they're connected so that it should look and come out pretty cleanly. That one instant one came out really nice and clean. Give them apart. That one had pretty good goo spread. The Choco one that I made should go kind of similar, but is not. Okay, wait, that one. You know what? Okay, that one came out perfectly fine. And I made this exactly the same way. And it would have, yeah, it gooed just the way it should have gooed. They're so wet. There's so much goo. This one was jammed, and so as I pulled, it pulled the entire assembly. This is the remains of the first one that I tried to shoot outside. And let's put it side by side. This is the same. This looks the same. And then this one didn't rip itself apart off the top piece here, but it didn't want to pull out the paper here. So this comes out nice and smooth. This is taped the same. This is normally, as far as I can tell from this autopsy, I built both of these the same way. This is the Polaroid Big Shot with a magic cube, actual original magic cube for the Big Shot. And this is one more freshly built, double checked all the instructions, rewatched the video completely. The rangefinder on this thing is so... Okay. Yeah, they'll blind you a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna see if this is gonna pull out of the camera. Can you see yet? Okay.
Oh my god.
God, it's so hard to pull out. Okay, that came out pretty well. Okay, 2.5 minutes. I've got a feeling that this one's gonna be the best one.
Can I share fun facts about myself?
Like what?
I'm also a filmmaker. I make films on film. I shoot 16 and Super 8. My favorite food is eggs.
That's okay. Here we go. Oh,
Banger.
that one.
Pretty good.
That's really good. You know what? One instant you came in right in at the end. This is really good. This looks really good.
I really like it.
This is probably the best looking photo that I have ever gotten out of the one instant film.
I think it's the Big Shot. Maybe it's all the light and it's so close up.
Okay, I built the very last two from this kit because the first Big Shot one worked so well. We're gonna stick with the Big Shot for the final two. 3, 2, 1.
Sounds good. I think I fully turned in that shot. That
Yeah.
must be devastating.
I think you moved right when I took it.
Oh.
It did work.
Oh.
No, I guess I got you before you turned. It's a little bright.
Oh, I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
I look so shocked. Oh, I love this photo. Oh my god, you know what this looks like? Like the photo that you find at the bottom of the sea.
What?
Like, you know, like from a shipwreck.
Wow, it is really bright.
Did I take it?
Yeah. Last one, hopefully. Okay, it went. I think. Alright, do you want to peel this? It's a little gooey.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Ew. That's really good.
Wow.
Wow.
I think this camera makes the film look a lot better.
Yeah, the big shot's doing a lot of
Heavy lifting.
heavy lifting. So that is the final shot of the 8 shots in the kit. We got 2 good ones, 2 okay ones out of the Pro Pack at the beginning. And then I had 2 that did not want to come out of the camera in 2 different cameras.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sacrificed one.
Okay, so to shoot one instant, step 1, get a big shot camera. Step 2, get the cubes, the flash cubes for the big shot camera. Step 3, get the film, and then everything will work out.
We're talking like hundreds of dollars.
I know. I'm kidding.
When the one instant film was offered as being pre-built, it's all out of stock at the moment, it costs $68 Canadian for a box of 3 shots. That's without shipping. I don't know what shipping is on top of that because it's sold out at the moment. That means each shot costs $22.66 Canadian, so you're saving a little over $3 per shot by buying the DIY kit, which really does not feel like it's enough when you're now having to build every pack yourself. And I really do agree with Robin's sentiment here, which is,
I'd rather pay someone to do this for me.
I understand that this is an effort to reduce the cost, but I feel like maybe a bigger thing that's turning people off from trying the film than the cost of it is the quality of the film itself, like the photos that you're getting out of each shot. So I would much rather see the film having been improved after this number of years, then I would see like a slight reducing cost. But I know that improving the film is much, much harder. This isn't worth the money if you're only saving $3 per shot and the trade-off is you have to build every shot yourself. It either needs to be priced lower, or if the pre-made ones are brought back into stock, then they should just like reprice those ones like a chunk higher, so then there feels like there is an actual amount of savings by buying the DIY kit and building it yourself, because I think this would feel better if you were saving like, you know, like $10 per shot by doing it yourself. The idea of assembling the film yourself is kind of cool, it's kind of fun, at least initially. I felt like I got over it pretty quickly when I was like, I want to shoot a few more this week and I don't really have time to like sit down and assemble them in between things. It took Robin and I quite a bit of time when we were doing it for the very first time, but after doing a few more, I find it takes me about 20 minutes-ish to assemble one shot. Something that I do find kind of odd about this is that apparently One Instant feels that by making these DIY kits where you assemble the film yourself, it now opens this whole thing up to more customization and experimentation. I was looking through the In an Instant YouTube video on this from when they originally announced the DIY kit, and one of the comments from One Instant themselves references this idea that because you're now making it yourself, you have the ability to customize it in any way that you like. But like, what customization are we talking about here? Because when each shot costs $20 and the whole kit costs $100, and there's the possibility that, you know, a shot or two might not come out, is an average person gonna like spend their money on this and then want to like mess around and customize the process? Or would they even know what to customize in it? It is a very specific way that the pack is assembled. The instructions are rather extensive. It takes a little bit of time to do. And like, I know a good amount about how pack film works and like what's happening when you're shooting it and pulling it in and peeling it and everything. Maybe I know a little bit more than the average person who's doing this, but even I am just like, I am focused on following the instructions and assembling very carefully and very specifically this photo so that it will work. I don't at any point in this have any idea of like what I would customize or change. In these kits, there are the exact number of pieces required to make exactly 8 packs of film. There are no spare adhesive strips. There are no spare like thin foily paper that goes around the negative or positive sheet. There's no negative or positive sheet spare pieces or no spare chemical pods, of course, because that stuff is like the really important pieces. So if something is damaged or torn, then you might just not be able to finish assembling a shot. There is not a lot of room for error here, which also just feels like there's like not a lot of room for customization either. So this is a cool idea that would make for a fun workshop activity if you're focused on maybe experimental photography or something like that. But the cost is too high for that to really be like a feasible activity. The quality of the photo is not going to be something that everyone likes. There's no room for error. There's the chance that shots completely do not turn out. And if a shot doesn't turn out, there's now the added sunken cost of the time it took you personally to carefully assemble the shot yourself. I can appreciate the work being put into the project, but it's simply not for me, and that's about how I felt when I used any of the One Instant stuff like 4 years ago. At the moment for pack film, this is about it. This or buying expired original pack film online. Usually the Fuji stuff, the Polaroid stuff is like years expired at this point, so it's a little more of a gamble. But the thing is, the One Instant project is, at least in some parts of some of their film, using expired or pre-existing legacy made materials, but it's that makes it just kind of hard to think about as like a solution to this. The thing is, you could buy like an expired, well-stored pack of Fuji FP100C online for, let's say, like $300. I hope you can still get one for like $300. And then maybe you take like 10 great looking photos that all come out because it's been stored well, or it's just a fluke because it ages pretty well. Or you could spend like $100 or $150 for a pack of 8 DIY One Instant photos, which you have to build yourself, and you have to shoot each one individually, and they each come out kind of looking like this, more or less. I think both are crazy. But if you love it, I mean, I get it. Besides One Instant, there is a Chinese company called Light Lens Lab that have been getting people excited with talk of producing pack film, along with apparently every other type of film. But this, of course, remains to be seen. It's not that I'm not, like, at least kind of interested in the Light Lens Lab stuff, but I mean, that realistically, that's like years away from happening, and who knows what it's going to look like, and who knows what it's going to be priced at. So it's not something that I like think about constantly. I do know that Polaroid themselves are building a brand new factory, but I have absolutely no faith that they are going to suddenly invest a bunch of money into brand new pack film machines. Also, like, the pack film market is like a niche of a niche of a niche of a niche. It's so small, realistically speaking. So I have no faith that Polaroid themselves are going to tackle pack film at all. But it doesn't stop people from leaving that as comments on like everything they do. Who knows? There is an incredible amount of passion and dedication and also dedication in the film and hobbyist community. There are always people out there, regardless of what your interest is, who are really dedicated in trying to resurrect and save and continue on something that has disappeared that people love. And though it is not for me, the One Instant stuff is impressive, at least on some level. It is just hard to look at that as being the specific answer for giving this film format a lasting future. Thank you so much for checking this out. This has been my very real experience with the One Instant DIY Film Kit Choco Film Edition. Best results within 1 year of September 4th, 2025. That's very recent. And also just my experience, again, with the One Instant film overall, which is something I have not touched in quite some time. you can find information in the description down below for ways to support the channel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. I saved the shot of the squirrel, and I washed it off, and I put it over here. And I saved it. I rinsed off the goo, and there he is. Whoops. Yeah, check that out. Yeah. Pretty good.